If you enjoy hearing these eerie tales and want more to help you drift off or keep you up at night, don't forget to tap the like button. It really helps the channel grow. My wife of 7 years wore a red ribbon on her wrist when I found out why it shocked me to my core. I am 35M and have a wonderful wife who is 32F. We have been married for 7 years and have 3 beautiful children that gave me shivers of excitement down my spine when they were born. My wife, Marianne, has suddenly been starting to wear a red ribbon around her wrist ever since our last date night, July 18, 2023. I wonder sometimes why she wore it. The day I found out why she did was the day I almost hung myself out of confusion. "Honey, you're back from work," she said with a slight grin on her face whilst tightening the ribbon around her wrist. "Hi, babe. The office was a bit crowded today, so my boss let me come home early." As I replied, a disgusting stench drafted into my nostrils. I immediately gagged, wonder what the hell the smell was, and noticed it came from the direction in which my wife sat. "Babe, what is that smell?" I say, pinching my nose in disgust. "Oh, nothing," she said a few moments later. I looked at the red ribbon and noticed it was a bit stained. So without warning, I just pulled it off. Beneath the ribbon was the most vile thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life. There, underneath the ribbon, was bits of torn flesh, rotting as maggots swarmed her hand. I instantly shrieked and ran out of the room, barfing in the bathroom. I am currently writing this post as she is banging on the bathroom door, begging me to open it up. What should I do? Daddy's never gonna hurt you again. I was my dad's only child. Being a daughter, you'd assume a father would be protective. I'd get beat regularly, and much worse. When you're 6, you'll do what you have to in order to survive because running away is not an option. I suppose I knew it was coming. It was Friday night, and once night had fallen, and it was only my mother and I. The dreaded routine of beatings and grasping at the straws of futility would only be a matter of time. "Go, Lily. Go sit in the closet and wait for me." My mother was a Cuban immigrant with nothing but courage flowing through her veins. Still, I never understood at the time what a restraining order was, nor why it could so easily be broken. When the rumbling engine rang out and potent exhaust fumes began to flow through the vents, I could only recoil, because evasion was my only defense. Predicting the level of his rage depended on the force of the car door slamming. So when it audibly shattered the driver's side window, I knew it was worse than ever. As a child, my anxiety would render me unable to move. A spider flashlit. I couldn't make split decisions. So when the door is kicked down and I hear, "Helena, Helena, you bitch, that door better be unlocked." Zrania, I likely was staying put, even if running was the best choice. By this point, I'd dissociated from my body by focusing on 2 ants on the floor carrying piles of potato chip crumbs when the thud of my mother's body hit the kitchen floor. I could unwittingly escape the horrors inevitable to come by staring at a spot on the wall and imagining myself watching from the other side of the room to cope until it ended, every single time. As for Mother, this night, no words were uttered. She never got a chance. "Lily, baby, Daddy's home. Come out and Daddy won't be mad." Muscles tensed agonizingly tight. I was frozen once again. Tears streaming down my cheeks. I'd learned to cry silently. The stumbling, uneven footsteps on the first floor told me he was more inebriated than usual, and also it told me that Mom was really hurt. Usually she'd fight him with every fiber of her being on his way to the staircase, despite it always resulting in bloodshed. And then, 1, 2, 3, the footsteps creaked up the steps. "Lily, here I come. Better be special for me tonight. Be a good girl and come out." Mom always instructed me to hide in different places, but never thought to tell me to just leave. The internal force of my inability to react and the external evil of my impending death had me feeling acceptance. At only 6 years old, I was already prepared to die, and die horribly. 4, 5, almost up the steps. I'm a spider under a flashlight, wanting so terribly to make the decision to run to the bathroom and hide behind the curtain, but too frightened to act on it. "Mommy, if ghosts exist, then please do something." Then, that inevitable cracking of the broken top step. He's here. Dad was at the top of the steps. The bathroom, the shower curtain, hide in plain sight. Do it, Lily. It's your only chance. The first place he'll look is the closet. I was screaming inside. Then I heard the bathroom door slowly creak open, steps moving inside, and the shower curtain. Metal against metal, he'd ripped it off the hinges. No Lily there! Where could she be? Where did Mommy hide you this time? Sweating, heart racing, fingers running up and down the delicate skin of my belly, and brush over the soft skin of my arms, over top of the already existing scars. How much worse will it get? How much more blood would I lose once again? Dad was just outside the bedroom, and then the footsteps halted, right outside the door. By the sound of the metal against the hollow door, I knew tonight he had a bat. Broke my legs with it once. I began to grip and pull at my clothes, and then I couldn't stop it. I began crying profusely, and in an effort to hopefully live, even if it meant disfigurement, I stood up and got ready to step out into the shadow of the 6-foot-tall, brooding figure bearing down on me. Ready to take the whipping, beating, or worse, that thing which would awaken me in sweat from my nightly terrors. If baby girls in the closet, come out wherever you are. I'd accepted my fate, and then a dull, loud tack noise and vibration of the floor from a loud slam. Dad was so drunk, he'd fallen over. Maybe now I could run, but I couldn't get my legs to move. And then, the visual of my mom's bloody corpse flashed in my mind, and miraculously, something imperceptible caused me to jump up and run. I pushed out of the closet and ran to the door, prepared to jump over Dad's hopefully unconscious body and leave out the back door. And as I approached the door, I was stopped in my tracks. Standing in the hallway was my mother, unharmed and untouched. And at her feet, Dad's lifeless body with an axe in his back. I gazed up at my mother with watery eyes in wonder and astonishment, and when her eyes met mine, she said the sweetest thing to ever fall upon my ears. "Mama found a good hiding spot, baby. Daddy's never gonna hurt you again."